Days of Our Lives, star Dan Feuerriegel shares his reaction to Rachel's big reveal. In the meticulously crafted, high-stakes world of daytime drama, a big reveal is the narrative engine that propels a story forward. It's the moment weeks, sometimes months, of tension are designed for. But for the actors tasked with living these moments, the challenge is to find a fresh, authentic human response within a plot that is, by design, wildly inhuman. This was the task recently set before Dan Feuerriegel, the charismatic actor who has brought a rugged, soulful complexity to the role of E.J. Dimera on NBC's long-running hit, Days of Our Lives. The reveal in question was a whopper, the discovery that the young and troubled Rachel Black, played by Finley Rose Slater, is, in fact, the daughter he never knew he had, a secret born from a past encounter with Chloe Lane. For the audience, it was a classic Salem shocker. For Feuerriegel, it was a profound acting exercise in navigating the storm of a man whose carefully constructed world has just been irrevocably shattered. From the page to the person, deconstructing EJ's perfect storm. Sitting down for an exclusive interview from his home, Feuerriegel is a world away from the power-broking intensity of E.J. Dimera. Relaxed and thoughtful, he exudes an analytical passion for his craft as he delves into his initial reaction to the storyline. When you get a script like that, your first instinct isn't always the characters. Feuerriegel begins, a wry smile playing on his lips. It's your own. You think, bloody hell, another secret child in Salem? This town has more hidden heirs than the British monarchy. He laughs, acknowledging the beloved, over-the-top nature of the genre. But then, the actor's brain has to kick in. You have to push past the trope and find the truth. For E.J., this isn't a trope. This is his life. He describes the moment of revelation as a perfect storm of conflicting emotions. E.J. is not a man who enjoys being out of control. His entire identity is built on power, knowledge, and manipulation. To have a piece of information of this magnitude kept from him for years is the ultimate violation. There's shock, of course. The sheer mind-numbing, I cannot compute this, of it all. But beneath the shock, Feuerriegel identified a more complex undercurrent. There's a ferocious, immediate anger, not just at Chloe, but at the world, at the lost time. He's missed first steps, first words, entire years of a little girl's life. That anger is a primal, protective instinct roaring to life. And then, almost as quickly, there's this flicker of awe, a daughter, a part of him, living and breathing in the world. It's overwhelming, the dance of discovery, crafting the non-verbal reaction. Some of the most powerful moments in the reveal episode were not in the dialogue, but in the silent, seismic shifts on Feuerriegel's face. The camera lingered on E.J. as the truth dawned, and the audience was given a masterclass in nonverbal storytelling. That's where the real work happens, Feuerriegel explains. The writers give you the words, but the subtext is your playground. How does the body absorb a truth it doesn't want to accept? I imagined it like a physical blow, a slight recoil, the breath catching in his throat. The eyes, they have to go from confusion to denial, to a slow, dawning, horrifying acceptance. He worked closely with the directors and his on-screen counterparts to block the scene with a deliberate pace. We couldn't rush it. This isn't a eureka moment. It's a my God, what now moment. The stillness is as important as the explosion. You see him trying to rebuild the walls of his composure even as they're crumbling around him. Fatherhood as a crucible. The ghosts of John Black and Stefano. For any longtime viewer, the revelation that E.J. is a father inevitably invites comparison to his own fraught paternal history. He is the son of the legendary Stefano Dimera, a manipulative mastermind, and was raised for much of his life by his nemesis, John Black. You can't play this new chapter without acknowledging the ghosts in the room, Feuerriegel states emphatically. E.J. has two templates for fatherhood. Stefano, who saw a son as an heir and a weapon, and John, a relationship built on conflict and a fundamental disconnect. EJ is terrified of becoming Stefano, and he's scarred by his experience with John. So now, faced with his own child, he's completely rudderless. He has no healthy model to follow. This internal conflict, Feuerriegel believes, is the core of the storyline's richness. It forces EJ to confront his own demons in a way a business rivalry or a romantic entanglement never could. This is about legacy. Is he doomed to repeat the sins of the father, or can he carve out a new path? That's the central question that will drive him, and it's a terrifying one for a man who thinks he has all the answers. A partnership in truth, working with Finley Rose Slater. A storyline of this emotional weight is only as strong as the chemistry between the actors. Feuerriegel is effusive in his praise for his young co-star, Finley Rose Slater, who plays Rachel. Finley is just remarkable, he says, his tone shifting to one of genuine admiration. The energy a young actor brings onto the set is so pure and unfiltered. In our scenes, she isn't just the kid who delivers a line, she's present. She's reacting. There's an intelligence in her performance that makes it all so real for me. He recounts their first major emotional scene together, where EJ attempts to connect with a rightfully wary Rachel. She gave me so much to work with. The hesitation in her eyes, the guarded posture. It immediately informs EJ's response. The frustration, the desperation to bridge a gap he himself created by his absence, even though it was unknowing. It's a dance, and she's an incredible partner. We are building this complicated, fragile father-daughter dynamic from the ground up, and it's one of the most rewarding challenges I've had on the show. The road ahead, navigating uncharted waters. As for what's next, Feuerriegel is tight-lipped, as expected, but his eyes sparkle with anticipation. He hints that EJ's journey into sudden fatherhood will be anything but smooth. Let's be honest, EJ's first instinct is to control. He's going to want to swoop in, buy a castle, and be Daddy Dimera. But a child, especially one as spirited as Rachel, isn't a business to be acquired. You can't negotiate for love or trust. He's going to make monumental mistakes. He'll be overbearing, he'll be clumsy, he'll likely try to buy her affection, and he'll be devastated when it doesn't work. This, Feuerriegel promises, will ripple out into every corner of EJ's life. Watch how it affects his marriage to Nicole, his rivalry with Brady, his entire worldview. This is the one problem his wealth and power cannot instantly solve. It requires vulnerability, and for EJ Dimera, that is the most terrifying territory of all. As our conversation winds down, Dan Feuerriegel reflects on the unique power of a storyline like this in the world of daytime. At its heart, beneath the amnesia and the devil possessions, he says with a chuckle, this is a story about a man finding a piece of himself he never knew was missing. It's about the messy, painful, and beautiful struggle to be better than your past. For all the supernatural twists in Salem, that's a human truth anyone can connect with. And getting to explore that, that's the real reward. For the fans, the reward is watching a masterful actor take a classic soap opera trope and, with immense skill and emotional integrity, turn it into must-see television. The reveal may have been Rachel's, but the reaction, thanks to Dan Feuerriegel, was an unforgettable lesson in the power of performance.